2007 Tempe Music Festival. I'm Thomas Bond here with Captain Squeegee and the Soap Suds. Just got off the stage, rocked the place.
Yeah.
Opening band on the main stage tonight. How did it feel?
It was great.
Yeah.
That stage was large.
Pretty good.
It is a big stage. Is that the biggest stage you've ever played on?
Biggest stage, not the biggest crowd.
Not the biggest crowd, huh?
Hey.
Hey, that's all right. It was a lot of fun, right?
Luckily, we have 7 guys to fill it up, so it worked out
It makes
pretty
a lot
well.
of room for everybody on the stage there. Hey, you guys won an ASU competition to perform. Tell me about how that happened and how you ended up winning it.
Well, we heard about this competition and decided we'd try it out this year. We were actually going to do it last year, but a bunch of stuff fell through, and we got on it this year and just did our best. We flyered the crap out of the music school. It was ridiculous.
It's the truth. It was everywhere. You know,
Some of you guys are music students at ASU, at least one of you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just me at ASU, but these two are music students at MCC.
yeah,
And another ASU student over here. ASU grad over here. Go Sun Devils. Now, you guys came together when some of you were still in high school, right?
When we were all still in high school.
When you were all still in
all
high
of
school.
us, sophomores, juniors.
And this isn't the first time you played the music festival, right? This was the second time?
Yeah, that's
Which
correct.
was the first one? 2004.
2004.
Some of you were still in high school then, right?
We were all still in high school.
All of us. This is
Dang. All right, they were all in high school in 2004. So tell me about how the band has changed in the 3 years since playing in 2004 as high school students to now 2007. Now, nobody's still in high school anymore, are they?
This is the first year that we're all out.
Just barely.
Barely out of high school.
Yeah.
We've changed quite a bit.
Got to talk into a mic. Share a mic.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we've changed quite a bit in the past 3 years.
Is it the same membership?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Hey,
well,
that's,
2 years
That's
back.
no small feat to pull that off,
Yeah,
keeping that many guys
almost.
together.
We've gone through our changes, but musically and just growing up a little bit, you know, we've changed in the last 3 years. It's been fun though.
Very nice. And tell me about how the sound of the band has changed in the 3 years.
Yeah, it's funny to see. I mean, when we were younger, we had not so much of a mature sound, and it was coming out, if you would say, young. And as we've grown and matured as a group, I think that has just taken us and made us even tighter. Instead of growing individually on individual levels, we've all kind of grown together and fused into this band that we do. We love.
Very nice.
And also, as far as like musical styles go, when the band first started out, this was really like a ska band. We've kind of grown out of that more towards like infusing more like rock and jazz and stuff like that. So it's not
But
necessarily.
still keeping the horn elements that started in the ska band.
Yeah, kind of, but more like the way like Chicago did it, more like a rock band.
Yeah, we like to
Rock
think of
band
it
with
like
horns.
Chicago on acid.
Chicago on acid.
I'm not sure acid would be the correct term.
More like speed.
Chicago on speed, he says. That might be a better description. Hey, you guys, is your most recent album, Behind the Metal and Metric Pace?
Yes.
2006 came out last summer, am I remembering
Last
right?
spring-ish, summerish.
Spring, summerish?
May.
You worked on that with Michael Beck, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about the album, what you're doing with it, how you like it.
What we're doing with it is just trying to get out to as many people as possible, try to get people to hear it. It's, we have it up like Zias and stuff like that, selling it online. It's on iTunes, stuff like that. It's trying to basically get out there as much as possible.
And I mean, with tracking with Michael Beck, it was just such a unique experience because,
definitely.
I mean, before he had met us, he had never really worked with any kind of music like this.
Right.
So it was really a project for him, I mean, all in one. I mean, us fusing with his style, him fusing with our styles, just, it came out to be something that we wanted to, kind of break the mold from all of the other bands and kind of do something that we just felt like doing, and we didn't really go by any guidelines.
Yeah,
He pretty much just sat there and pushed buttons, didn't really have much of a producer's point of view.
Right.
Kind of left that up to us, but it was a really unique experience for sure.
You guys worked with him on The Left of Christmas, am I remembering right?
Yeah.
Is that how you first hooked up with him?
Actually, no. We did a Battle of the Bands put on by the city of Mesa a couple years back, and he was actually one of the judges. We won first place at that, where we won hours at a studio. I'm putting it close to my face now. So that's how we hooked up with him. We decided to go with his studio and use our free hours there, and then also pay for the rest. And that's how we got into that.
Well, here's a little strange secret. I was one of the judges at that Battle of the Bands, too.
No way!
And now here we are all together again. Obviously, I made a big impression on you at that time. You guys all remember.
Well, thank you very much for that, by the way.
Thank you.
When was that? When was the Battle of the Bands? Like 2004?
It was this kid's first show, I know that.
It was my first show in the band.
2005?
Yeah, it was my first show with the band.
Your very first show?
Yeah, with the band at least.
And were you guys still in high school then too, right? It was a high school Battle of the Bands.
I was in college then, but I think.
But
Don't
they didn't
tell
know
the
that.
judge. Hey, we're revoking that trophy.
No, I
You
don't
guys didn't
remember.
even give us a trophy.
That's, the city of Mesa is pretty cheap. Hey, tell me about what have you got planned for this year? What do you got coming up for the band this year?
Well, already twice this year we've gone out like on Southwest tours, just hitting up New Mexico, Vegas, Southern California, stuff like that. We plan on doing that again in the summer, trying to expand up more towards like Northern California. We actually are hoping to get back in the studio, record some new material.
Yeah, we've really got a lot of material right now that we really want to get down because I think it's even more progressive than our stuff on Behind the Metal. And I think the people that like Behind the Metal will like this even more, and the people who didn't like Behind the Metal will like this still.
So in other words, you'll be
Everyone will
pleasing
like it.
everybody.
But also another thing,
They say it can't be done to please everyone, but you're going to pull it off.
tour is definitely addicting. Well, I mean, once you do your first couple of tours and you start networking and you have places to stay and you have places to play, it's great. I mean, I never want to be home anymore. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that's just the way I feel.
Once we get back, we're just like, oh,
road
where are we going
warriors,
out
huh?
again?
Hey, well, how are you gonna be able to juggle that touring and stuff with school? I'm sure some of you have jobs, that kind of
Breaks.
thing.
Yeah,
We take every break we get and just hit the
You
road
guys
with
working
it.
on trying to become full-time musicians at some point? Is that the goal?
hopefully.
That's
Yeah,
the goal.
definitely.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
There's going to be a point where we're going to have to decide whether or not we want to pursue music as like
Sure.
this band or just stick in school, drop the band or whatever. But
Get
I mean,
married,
that-
have a family, work a day
That
job.
you can kind of sometimes.
Not us.
The work and the day job thing is not
I just
happening.
got married to music
But
last
I mean, yeah, I mean it's just something that we're gonna have to decide when the time comes, and that time hasn't come yet, but it's probably getting pretty close. Hopefully.
Very nice.
We'll probably end up marrying each other.
Marry each other.
Yeah.
Hey, that's becoming legal in some states. Maybe Arizona will
Hey,
follow suit.
that's what we're gonna do it on tour.
To have a big group marriage there. Tell me about, obviously, starting out in high school, you guys talked about a maturing sound. Is that something that came with growing up, becoming adults, getting out of high school, going into college?
I
Or
think
did
it
that
just-
have nothing to do with it?
Just came with, all of us. We've only had this set up with the band for about 2 years. And I think just being able to practice every week with everyone and grow and really learn what everyone's about musically and individually is, I think it just brings us closer. Even just hanging out as a band really brings us closer together.
And as anyone knows who's gone through the process of graduating from high school and kind of emerging into the real world, there's a lot of enlightening experiences that you may have, and just we've grown a lot as people, and that's kind of projected through our music, and we use just everyday life to influence us kind of. So it's been a trip. It's been really fun.
Very nice. All right, we got some more interviews to do. Any final thoughts? Anybody got something to talk about I didn't ask
Buy
you
our
about?
CD.
Buy the CD.
Zia Records.
Shameless marketing. You got a
Yeah.
website you want to
Sweet.
talk about?
We got CaptainSqueegee.com. Look us up on MySpace. It's myspace.com/CSATSS for our acronym. CSATSS?
CSATSS. Cassettes.
Cassette, yeah. And then we're on cdbaby.com and iTunes. And Zia Records over here in Phoenix.
Hoodlums, I think. Yeah, we have another show coming up April 14th.
April 14th.
At
Where is it?
the Real Bar in Tempe.
Very nice.
With,
That should be cool.
All right, look into the camera one last time and tell everybody who you are.
Captain Squeegee
and the Soap Suds.
2007 Tempe Music Fest.